Would you describe this, Neil, as a worldview that we need to be aware of and contend with as Christians then? And if so, what is the worldview of critical theory?
So I would say it functions as a worldview. There's a debate about, well, is it just a neutral tool? Can we see things through the lens of critical theory to understand truth better? And I would say it's hard to say. These ideas are really, they're meta narratives, right? Mm-hmm. They're ways to understand all of reality. So another big plank in this ideology is lived experience and the role of lived experience in coming to know the truth. So the idea was that you have these oppressor groups that are privileged and you have these subordinate oppressed groups. But ironically, the oppressor groups are actually blind to social reality because they have both conscious and subconscious reasons to deny the reality of their privilege, right? They don't want to believe they're in an unjust society. In contrast, oppressed groups, they're also socialized into oppression. So they also buy these narratives, these lies that the ruling class gives to justify their own power. And yet, through their lived experience, they can wake up to the reality of their own oppression. So their lived experience gives them special access to truth that is unavailable to oppressor groups. So that becomes, again, very important in terms of the locus for authority. How do you know something is true? Who do you defer to? Whose voices do you center? And contemporary critical theory would say we should center the marginalized. We should decenter the old white Western male voices, and we should center these oppressed and marginalized voices, not merely to get equality. In other words, we shouldn't simply say, well, these people have been denied a voice. We should add their voices to the mix. It's not only what they're saying. They're saying that these people have a better insight into reality than you would as an oppressor. Mm-hmm. And so we should be very careful here. Should we try to incorporate everyone's voice into the discussion? Absolutely, as Christians, right? We should be a voice for the voiceless. And yet we shouldn't say because of your social location, because of where you stand along this oppressor-oppressed axis, you have this unique, unchallengeable insight into reality. And that's, for various reasons, it can be extremely dangerous to say that.